Hey guys, Mark Salas here at Best Realty. I got Shelly Hood with Bay Equity Home Loans
Shelly
here.
Hood, hi there.
We want to talk to you about the application process. So these are common questions that we get when we're working on a mortgage application.
Yes.
So the first one is, why do you need all this? We're sending a lot of information. There's a lot going on, but tell us why we need all this information.
It's a lot, I agree. We need to be very thorough. When we issue a pre-approval and you are out searching for a new home for your family with Mark, we want to make sure that we can close on that loan process and that we all get to the closing table in the appropriate amount of time. There are dates in the purchase contract that we need to adhere to, so we want to make sure that we are protecting your earnest money during the
Absolutely.
process. So when we ask for something, it's usually needed kind of immediately, and the more information we can get with the application, the better. If a client wants to over-disclose, we definitely will take that information and make it part of the application if it's needed. But we always need a 2-year work history and a 2-year address history. We pull a credit bureau up front. We go ahead and pull a full tri-merge credit report. So we pull all three. So we know that all three are within the within the parameters that we need in order to issue a good pre-approval.
Gotcha. All right, another question that we have is, hey, what if I can't get you these items? How will you guys deal with that?
Let us know as soon as possible what you are missing. We have some clients who don't actually get pay stubs.
Oh,
Or
okay.
I know, or maybe they have never accessed the paycheck website that their employer has because they just don't need it. They use the information that shows up in their bank account, or they have lost their W-2s, or their bank doesn't actually issue bank statements anymore. We know how to get these. The questions that you have for me will not be the first time I've heard this question. We will have heard it before, so we can help you with some workarounds or tell you how to get the information that you need.
Perfect. Now, another thing that we need to be, how do I say it? We just need to be, I don't even know.
Aware?
Aware of is speed to information.
Oh, yes.
So we do have a contract. We're performing a contract. When we're under contract, we need to make sure that we get the information to the lender as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Because if we don't, then we could be delaying the contract. And if we delay the contract, we have to have the other party agree. We can't just say, hey, listen, we're not going to close, or we've got to push this date out. No, it's a contract between the buyer and the seller, and both parties need to agree to any extensions, any amendments. So speed to information is huge. If we ask for information, I know it's a pain, but do your best to get it. So here's another thing. When we're approved, now we're approved, we don't want them buying anything, correct?
No, nothing. Try to just continue to make your monthly payments so that they show up in a positive manner in your credit report. We try not to repull credit if it's not needed. Rule of thumb is credit bureaus are good for 60 to 120 days, and there are caveats, so it depends on what we're doing, what type of loan. So we want to make sure that our clients aren't going out and buying new cars.
Yep.
If you have bought a new car, please let us know.
Yeah.
You may have bought one 2 months ago and it's not showing up on your credit bureau yet. Let us have that information. If you've done a same as cash for some furniture, or you did a Home Depot card, let us know up front. We'll just go ahead and count that information in with the pre-approval. We'll add the payment in. We will ask for a monthly statement so we can do that. There's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes that maybe a client or a consumer might not see, but we're constantly pushing forward to get to the closing table. So circling back to the original first statement, the more information we have, the easier it is to get our clients to the closing table.
Absolutely, and this is what we're looking for. Once we go under contract, we want to make sure that the contract is very solid. I mean, we just helped someone close. We closed on the property today.
Yes.
That was in bankruptcy.
Correct.
So we never know. We don't want to tell you no because we don't know until we actually run everything.
Yeah.
If you're self-employed, that's a different situation.
Sure.
But we can help. We've had people that don't have any credit at all. They
Correct.
just don't deal with credit,
Mhm.
but they want to buy a house. It can happen. There are certain things that need to be done, but we have done it.
Yeah, non-traditional credit we can do. The client that has an established payment history in bankruptcy. We have many self-employed clients. We have clients who work for tips, overtime, bonus income. All of that is on the table. There may be some additional verification processes that we do. If a client is getting overtime and commission, then we might reach out to the employer before we do the pre-approval, so that when we issue the pre-approval to Mark and you are out looking at homes for your clients, that we know what income we're working with up front instead of scrambling on the back end.
Absolutely. Now keep this in mind. Say, I'm just going to throw out a number here. Say we're looking at a $500,000 home.
Mhm.
We get it under contract.
Mhm.
Someone is paying $500,000 when we close.
Yes.
At the closing table, when they take it from the seller's name and they put it in the buyer's name, the seller got paid. So we are getting a loan from a third party.
Mhm.
That's one of the reasons why we want to be so thorough, because we don't want to get to that point and then it doesn't happen.
Correct.
So it's very important that we get all that information.
Mhm. Behind the two of us, you also have not only Bay Equity, my company, but we have investors. And then you have the federal government. And the federal government is involved in most mortgages in the United States, even apart from FHA, VA, and USDA. Conventional is also using the federal government in a way to ensure the process. So when we are purchasing that $500,000 house, because that sounds amazing, then we need to make sure as a mortgage lender that that $500,000 is going to be paid off. So if I hand Mark a check for $500,000, I am going to want to make sure that Mark is able to pay me back.
Absolutely.
So we are going to look at income and assets and credit history and bank statements and all of that in order to make sure that those mortgages are made to clients who can pay them back in a timely manner and according to the information that they obligate themselves for at closing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's a lot of moving parts. We understand that there's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of things that are going on behind the scenes. We're asking you for a lot of information, but it's worth it. So if you have any questions, you need anything, I'm going to have Shelly's information on this video, and I'm here to help as well. We'd love to help you out. So, all right, sounds good. Thank you so much.
Thank
We'll
you.
See ya.